I don't have all the music and the accoutrement that we usually have um, when we're doing our drawing. So, I mean, listen, it's just me. I'm here. I had a little bit, a couple of drinks, and I'm talking right now. I want to start out first by saying shout out to cheerleaders. Listen, we are a part of the Wing Pole, partnered with cheerleaders in Philly. We're doing the final wing eat off, road to the wing pole eat off Sunday, January 18th at Oasis Nightclub. Oasis Nightclub is located in South Philly, over by the airport. It's 6798 Essington Avenue. That's 6798 Essington Avenue in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They'll come through. We also need a couple of eaters. Pause, bro. We need somebody to come out. At least one or two of y'all. This is the final eating contest. Is sponsored. Not sponsored, but it's a cheesesteak joint. It's not even a wing joint. But I mean, listen, we need some people to come out and eat and do their thing. And the top three prizes, number one prize, not tonight, not January 18th. If you make the top three eaters on the 18th, then you progress or advance to the final, which is the week before the Super Bowl at Cheerleaders in South Philadelphia. And at that point, if you are one of the top three eaters in that competition, you will be given a monetary prize. First prize is $2,000. Second prize is $600. Third prize is $400. So if you can eat cheesesteaks or chicken wings, hit us up. Hit me up. Black and Tan Sports on all platforms. Black and Tan Sports or Black and Tan Sports Pod on all platforms. But anyway, if you listen to this, you already know how to contact us. But if you know somebody in the area that wants to go out, eat some chicken wings and cheesesteaks, have a chance to win a couple of dollars, or just listen, it's a good time. You come out, it's going to be at a strip club, so you're going to have a couple of ladies in the house. You know what I'm saying? If you walk up there, because every eater probably, most likely, should probably have a little entourage. Can't hurt to have an entourage of ladies around you. I mean, just come out and have a good time. And I'm gonna hit this plug back in a little bit later. But listen, let's get into it real quick. Today was or yesterday, the last 2 days. Today's Wednesday, so the last couple of days have been pretty interesting in Philly, in the Philly sports scene. First of all, we clearly got rid of Patullo, a nigga gone. I mean, listen, no one liked it. We talked about it. You knew it was the problem. You seen that little kid on the internet. He was like, that motherfucker's like cooking a hamburger on the grill. He's hot on one side, cold on the other. Listen, we've seen this all year long. First half doing very well. Second half, it's suspect. It's not. There is a problem there. Now, is that problem just his, or is it Sirianni? Is it Jalen Hurts? Is it AJ Brown? Is it Saquon? Like, there's objectively speaking, there's probably a combination of things that are going on that led to us, you know, barely getting into the playoffs and getting knocked out first round. And I'm not mad at it. I listen, I've been saying this all season long. We've been playing not to our best potential, and we ultimately ended up kind of limping into the playoffs. Our front line is hurt on the offense. Our defense has been strong all season long, but they can't hold that torch all the way through a playoff season, especially when it comes down to the NFL and the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like if a team is hot going into the playoffs, then you got to be hot as well. If you coming in mediocre or a little bit, you know what I mean, lukewarm, you're not going to do well. Now, Dallas never made it. I'm gonna put that out there right now because I get a lot of comments on, y'all sitting home with us now. Yeah, we are, but it's a week later. Actually, yeah, it's a week later. We wasn't at the house the same time y'all was at the house. So take that for what it is. Suck a dick, Dallas fans. Y'all ain't getting this. And then we want to get into listen, it is what it is. I get a little over tangent. I've been drinking a little bit. I got a little bit of Guinness. I got a little bit of tequila. I'm over here having a good time. I got my poncho on. You see this? Who has a Philadelphia Eagles poncho, bro? I'm the only one. Poncho with a hoodie. I got a hoodie poncho. Thanks to my daughter and my son-in-law. They hooked me up for Christmas. The Christmas gift, bro. But listen, they gang, 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 gang. That's how we do it. So Patullo was out, thankfully. And, whether it's going to be the fault. Listen, people blame AJ Brown. I get it. I do kind of blame AJ Brown because he did miss some critical passes. However, objectively speaking, he hasn't really had the ball thrown to him all season long, right? I mean, he complained about it. He wasn't on the sideline this year reading the book, but you heard his frustration. You heard his concerns, right? And is it the fault of Jalen Hurts not throwing him the ball? I don't think so. I think that Patullo wasn't really giving him, Jalen Hurts speaking, wasn't giving him the autonomy to be able to make his own calls or call an audible at the line. Everybody says Hurts can't read a defense. I disagree. I don't think Hurts was ever given a chance to be able to read a defense. You can't play at this level of football and not be able to read a defense. Now, granted, defenses nowadays are very, very hard to read. There's a lot of, shadows. There's a lot of, just different looks that linebackers come in, show blitz, and back out. Cover two turns to cover one. Cover two turns to zone. Cover four turns to man. So it's really impossible to get up to the line and say, hey, okay, this is what I see right now. Because as soon as you hike the ball, people are going to start changing direction and start covering different people. That's why you have the motion. That's why you had to have a little bit of, zig and zag in your offense, which we haven't been able to do. We haven't not been able to do. We haven't done. And when we do it, there are no adjustments, right? So when we call a player in motion, there's no adjustment to the play call. You're just putting the guy in motion, which means the defense already knows what play you're going to fucking run. So they're going to stand strong and block that run. That's why Barkley isn't getting his yards. That's why Tank isn't getting it. I mean, he's getting yards, so he's not really watching Tank like that. But now you got to watch that nigga. I hope we keep this nigga. On God, I hope we keep this nigga. Because, listen, if we can get a double-headed monster pause on the running back situation in Philly, our offense is back. Our offense has never really went anywhere. I think I'm going back. I'm all over the place, but I honestly believe our offense was kind of held back because of Patullo and him not changing up the play calling and not doing what he needed to do as offensive coordinator. So I don't wish anything bad. Listen, I hope he goes to fucking the New York Giants because the Giants already suck and we know Patullo doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So let him go there and keep fucking that situation up. It makes it easier on us in the NFC East. And then we're talking. So now I want to get into something a little bit different. I want to talk about Patullo's gone. Who could be the next up? Now I keep seeing things coming in about The fuck is his name? Oh, Brian Dayball. Now, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about this, right? So Brian Dayball is not unfamiliar with Hurts. He's not unfamiliar with just being a great player, coach player type nigga, right? So if Dayball makes the move and comes to Philly, wait, I'm gonna listen. I had all this shit fucking set up and it's not fucking working for me. But like he has a history of being just like you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to edit this shit out. I'm gonna edit this shit out. Because he was the head coach of the Giants and was fired November 2025. But he was also coordinator OC of Buffalo Bills, who helped develop Josh Allen, went to Miami, Chiefs, and he also coached um, Hurts. And I think he was part of the team when Brown, when they both were at Alabama. So there's a history between our head coach and Dable, just as far as like coaching and being around each other. And I mean, it's definitely too early to make a decision, to make it to just be like, oh yeah, I'm 100% behind that. But I mean, is he the best situation that we possibly could have? I mean, for now, I don't know. Could be, could not be. Again, I don't know a lot about this motherfucker, so I'm reading shit up on him right now, trying to figure out what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, is he really that nigga? He might be. As of right now, you know what I mean? That might be our best option. We'll figure that shit out. AJ Brown. Let's talk about AJ Brown for a quick second. Should he go? Should he stay? Should I stay or should I go? I mean, listen, I think AJ Brown possibly is frustrated when you look at just not just the last playoff game, but look at the whole season. He's definitely frustrated, right? So there's two schools of thought with an individual. This shit is hot as hell. I'm sweating like I'm fucking slave in this shit. There's two schools of thought when it comes to, AJ Brown. In my mind, AJ Brown and what he could be thinking and going through. The first school of thought is he's frustrated because, he had a phenomenal season. He had phenomenal seasons, but I mean, even last year, it wasn't, I mean, winning the Super Bowl was great. He had a great Super Bowl performance. But you saw last year that he was absolutely frustrated on the sidelines, right? You see it this year. He wasn't reading books, but maybe he's listening to it. You know what I mean? He could be doing a, audio podcast, joining that book, whatever the fuck it is. But there's a level of frustration that I absolutely believe that he feels. Now, the level of frustration, where it comes from, is what we really have to look at, right? Because there were key moments in this season, and I think it happened during the Chicago game, where, again, not Chicago, Raiders, against the Raiders. I said this a couple of days ago. I'm going to say it again just because I'm saying it, and I like talking and hearing myself talk. When we played the Raiders, there was a different type of offense that was run. You saw clips after the game or during the game, well, after the game was played, but you saw clips of the game where you saw Patullo. Um, I'm sorry, Patullo, not Patullo, Sirianni. You saw Sirianni talking to Hurts about the play call. So Sirianni calling the plays. Do we need an OC? Do we need to jump into an OC right now? I don't know. It's way too early. I mean, this is early talks. It's a newborn right now, so we don't know if it's really going to be Dayball, or somebody the fuck else, right? But in the meantime, in the between time, you gotta look at what's happened during the season. You gotta look at some of those little small things. So, when you saw what we did against the Raiders, again, Raiders not a good example, but it was a good example of what our team could do when we weren't under the constraints of basically running these stat 16 plays, right? Like Buddy Ryan did, right? Like you had to come out, like even with what's the boy name that coaches the Chiefs, right? Everything was a 16 play, first 16 plays are scripted. Fuck that 16 play script. Fuck that 16 play script. And you have to have some kind of like confidence in your offense to be able to call an audible and get these motherfuckers to just like not do the same play over and over again. Like people shit on Hurts being like, oh, he can't read a defense. But is again, do we know he can't read a defense? I don't know. I know that against the Raiders, there were some audibles called. We even audibled the week before we got the last game of the playoffs, where it was like we were showing some things. Hurts was talking a lot. You never saw Hurts talk that much behind the shotgun or under center, mostly behind the shotgun because he can see the field better. You never saw him talk that much all season long. He's changing people around. He's moving players around. He's making adjustments. He's doing this thing. He knows the game. He's a smart guy. He's a smart player. He knows the game of football. He has to adjust into the NFL to professional football. I get it. And he's doing it. But I think he would have been a lot more advanced in his progression if we didn't have Patullo as our OC with his scripted plays. And I think Hurts was handcuffed as far as going to the line and all over and out. Because we saw that shit with Peyton Manning. We saw it with Tom Brady. You see it with Aaron Rodgers, right? You see these older school, not old school, but older school quarterbacks that had great coaching, had great teams. They had Super Bowls under their belt. And their coach or the offensive coordinator, here's the play. But seeing that play from the sideline, seeing that play from the stands, seeing that play from sitting home on your couch looks absolutely different from when you're standing behind the center and looking across that field and seeing where everybody's lining up and seeing and hearing what movements are being made and what's happening right there. At that moment, that quarterback needs to be able to say, okay, the play that was called is going to work, high probability it's going to work, or it's not going to work at all. It needs to be able to audible out and say, hey, listen, I know what we call check, 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 Omaha, right? What the fuck, whatever audible that is, right? Audible out and let the quarterback run their thing. I suggest we do that early in the season. Whatever OC we get, I think that the cuffs need to be off. There needs to be some OC infrastructure as far as what plays we're going to run and when we're going to run them on certain downs. But I think overall, we need to let Hurts play. Let him play his game. And listen, if he shits the fucking bed the first 3 or 4 fucking games, so be it. Then we know Hurts is the problem. But if we never try it, if we never take that step to say, let's let him either shine or shit the bed, we'll never know, right? So we need an offensive coordinator that's going to be able to say, hey, listen, the first 4 or 5 games, this is what I'm thinking about. What are you thinking about? How would you approach this defense? How would you approach this scenario? How would you approach this, whatever, whatever? Let them talk. Let them figure it out. Let them go head to head, tete to tete, and figure things out. And then going into preseason, and my co-host Nick will absolutely agree with this. I think we need a bigger. We need to have the starters play a little bit more of preseason. I don't want a longer preseason, but I like to see, you know, the preseason at least 2 games. At least 2 games, right? The starters is out there for at least the first half, right? And then getting those things that need to be ironed out and worked out in real time, worked out in real time. Preseason, real time. It's not during the season, but it's better than on the practice field with the quarterback with a red jersey on, right? So I think there's some of those things that need to be addressed, need to be handled, and need to be looked at, need to be worked through. And overall, I think we have a great fucking team. But I don't know. I don't think it's AJ Brown. Going back to that, I know I took a huge fucking tangent off that, but AJ Brown missed some critical passes. But we haven't really thrown to AJ Brown all season long. So can you really blame a nigga for that? Can you really look at AJ Brown and be like, yo, nigga, what the fuck? Like your hands suck. Like what are you doing right now? No, you can't. If you don't get practice, if you're not practicing, he's not AI. Practice? No, he needs practice. He needs to practice getting the ball thrown to him during the games. If he's not getting the ball thrown, what are we doing? Let him. You throw the motherfucker. You saw the one of the first. Everybody, oh, look at this play down the middle. AJ Brown, he was in triple coverage. Why are you throwing the ball to AJ Brown in triple coverage? He's We're not throwing the ball to him. Most of the time, 8 times out of 10, AJ Brown is single coverage. That's when you throw him the ball. You don't throw him the ball when it's expected to go to him and he's triple covered in the middle of the field. That's just bad play calling. That's Bush League play calling. So I don't blame AJ Brown for our loss in the first round. I don't blame him at all. I don't blame Hurts for it at all. I blame Patullo because that motherfucker, and we've seen it, we've talked about it all season long. We can play one half of a game, either the first half or the second half. We we haven't played a full 4 quarters. When you come out in the first half of a game and go up 14, 17, 20 points, right? And you go into the second half of the game and the defense obviously is making adjustments. And you don't make adjustments on offense, and now you allow them to come back, not because they're a great offensive situation where they obviously rearranged their offense and how they're going to play as well. But we didn't change our fucking offense on our side. So their defense readjusted, and now you got a top rated quarterback with no receptions in the second half. That is, listen, Hurts stats as far as like the lack of stats for both Hurts and Brown are unheard of for athletes at that caliber. And it absolutely not the athlete, because if that person slacked on their athleticism or they got hurt or couldn't perform their job the way they're supposed to, they would no longer be on the team. This lack of performance on our offense is strictly, specifically, and solely under the offensive coordinator because he's not taking advantage of the abilities that we have on that offense. So, oh, good right hand. Sayonara, Patulo. Glad to see you go. Wish it would have happened sooner. I don't I don't not like the dude. Like I don't know him personally, so I can't be like, yo, fuck that nigga. I don't like him. I mean, I could say it, but I don't really mean it because I don't know the motherfucker like that. But what I can say is what you did to our team, what you did to my team, what you did to Philadelphia's team this year, this season, after coming off of a Super Bowl win, knocking out the dynasty of the fucking Cincinnati, I mean the Chiefs, after knocking them. Listen, we whooped their ass in the Super Bowl. And to come back and to limp into the playoffs, barely winning games, barely doing our fucking shit. Man, bro, I put it all on Patulo, bro. Again, I don't know him, but I'm saying what you did to us as a team, you hurt our feelings, bro. And for that, I say fuck you. You gotta go, and I'm glad you're gone. Now, going forward, let's figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. We gotta figure it the fuck out. Again, I mentioned Dayball earlier. It seems like a good fit. He has history with both Sirianni and Hurts Brown. You know what I mean? He's done some things. I don't know enough about the guy, so I'm gonna have to do some more research before start talking shit on him, or before I start supporting this motherfucker. So right now, this nigga's in the friend zone. Like I know you, but I don't know you type nigga. So I'm gonna learn some more. I'm sure more people out there know more about him than I do. But for me to talk and for me to speak, I gotta do more information. I gotta do more research and figure out, is this motherfucker really a good dude, or is it bullshit? Is it a hype? And it's too early. Listen, who knows? Maybe we don't even need an offensive coordinator. Let's let Sirianni and Jalen Hurts work it the fuck out. There's teams that play with an offensive coordinator without a OC or that's there in name, but really don't do shit all over the fucking league. 32 teams, right? Sometimes you never hear about offensive coordinator unless he fucks up, or unless he's doing well, right? So I don't know, man. I just those are my thoughts, man. And I'm looking forward to next season. I'm upset, but I'm upset in a different way. Like last year, not knowing we were going to win the Super Bowl, the way we were playing, how good we were playing, I would have been devastated losing again in the Super Bowl. So I have that in my heart, in my life, in my lifetime. Like, nigga, I'm 55 years old. We've got our first two Super Bowls, and I was over 40, nigga. Like, can you imagine the little kid being fucking 6, 7 years old, learning about football, being here outside of Philadelphia? So Eagles is everything. My little league football team, green and white. We were the Palmyra Pals, the Police Athletic League, but we had Eagles players come through. We had Deron Cherry, he was part of the joint, come through. Like it was all about football in Palmyra, man, and it was always about the Eagles. It was always about that green and white. So I grew up and I truly bleed green. And I'll never, ever, ever switch. I don't give a fuck what it is. I could move to, I don't give a fuck. Don't matter what area of this fucking country I live in. I'm always gonna fucking rock the Eagles green. And to sit here and watch, us get two Super Bowls and to have a great season last year and to turn around and have this bullshit happen this year, it's crazy. So we limped in. We didn't look good. I would have probably been more butthurt, pause, if we made it to the second round and lost this week. You know what I mean? Because now it's like it's almost like that's like a dig tease. It's like you putting the tip in. Like, come on, bro. You gonna pause? Come on, bitch. You let me put the tip in, but I can't get there. We lose first round. That's like rubbing the titty, and then you out. But you get the second round, you get the divisional playoff, and you like, oh shit, I got a chip in. Maybe a condom, maybe not. Whatever it is, but you right there. And then to lose, that's more of a blue ball moment than anything else. So I'll take this L, and I don't think we actually deserved to get any farther than what we did this season. And I know that our team is strong. I know that our team is there. I know our team has what it takes to get to this level and better. We had a situation where OC was basically, I want to say, I'm gonna say it. Our OC was handcuffing our quarterback. He was handcuffing the whole team. I would like to see going forward next season. I would like to see a little bit more of Jalen Hurts just being, more involved in the offense. I want to see him, audible. I want to see him just coming in and looking at the defense from where he's standing and be like, you know what? I'm gonna switch this up. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna from what I see, I'm gonna change it up and let's see what happens. We shit the bed the first half of the season. We was shitty. We wasn't supposed to get in the fucking playoffs. The way we looked all season from the beginning, all season, from the beginning of the season, we looked like ass. And we got to the fucking first round and lost. First round knockout. It is what it is. It happens to a lot of teams. A lot of teams don't even get there. So listen, I'd rather be one of those 6 teams that get there on the NFC side and fucking lose out than never get there at all. Right? So listen, that's my time. That's my take. It's your boy. Listen, I want to give a shout out again, once again, cheerleaders. We're doing our final eating contest, Road to the Wing Pole, this Sunday, January 18th. It's going to be at Oasis nightclub. That is 6798 Essington Avenue, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The contest starts. I don't have my glasses on. I'm not putting them on right now. It's going to be like 3 or 4 o'clock. So get there early. And if you want to hit me up. My cell phone number is 609-304-9021. I don't know if I put this fucking shit out there, but hit me up if you want to eat. Pause. If you want to be eating in this contest, we need a couple of dudes to come out, eat some cheesesteaks, and get to that other round. Again, Sunday, January 18th, 3 or 4 o'clock, Essington Avenue, 6798, Oasis Nightclub. Just look up Oasis Nightclub. It's a strip club. Come through, eat some wings. Well, not eat some wings. Eat some cheesesteaks. And listen, we're looking for people to eat. So depending on who shows up, we may take all 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of y'all. Whoever shows the fuck up. Because we need people to come out and do the thing. It's the last eating contest. We already have a bunch of dudes that's already in. So we're giving people that's not in a chance to get in. Get in where you fit in. Eat it when you need it. It's the last eat off before the wing pole challenge is going to be at Cheerleaders in South Philly, the weekend before the Super Bowl. So hit me up, 609-304-9021, or if you want to hit directly, just call cheerleaders South Philly directly and ask for Vivian. Vivian is the manager of one of the managers over there, cheerleaders, and she's actually the one. If you call me, I'm going to just direct you to Vivian anyway. But if you want to hit me up, that's cool. I'm gonna direct you to Vivian. She's going to be like, she's going to be the one to put you in a contest and get you set up and make sure that everything's good with you. Just sign a waiver, come there, eat some chicken, eat some. I'm sorry, eat some cheesesteaks, and hopefully you can win. You can win a couple stacks, bro. The grand prize is $2,000. There's not a lot of people in this contest right now. I mean, there's 10, 15. But I mean, listen, if you're hungry, you hungry. Come through. Figure it out. And if not, listen, it's not the last year. We're gonna do it again every year. So come out, you know what I mean? Put your name in the hat. If you're part of this crew, if you're part of this thing, we got you. You're always going to be invited back. We're always going to be part of the situation. You're always going to be part of this crew. So listen, you're always going to be invited. You're always going to be allowed to eat whatever contest you want to come out to. It's up to you whether you know what I mean, win, lose, or draw. But if you lose one, come back to another one. We don't have a cap on how many times you can try to compete to win. So this contest is open to anybody and everybody. And this is my time. I want to thank everybody for listening or nobody for listening. It is what it is. This is Black from Black and Tan Sports, and I'm out. Love y'all. Peace. Now I gotta find the stop button. Why is my mouse not working?